Hey, what's up everyone? This is DayTraderRockStar for the 10 for 1000 watch list, and actually this is the pre-watch list video I send out on YouTube and stuff to some stocks that are setting up, not really making the 10 for 1000 watch list, and a couple that are in the 10 for 1000 watch list, just as a little bonus out there, and my overview of the market here. So we're going to get started here. We have GNK up here, and again, this is a sector that I called last week on the 10 for 1000 watch list. I knew the shipping sector was setting up, and when you see a sector setting up, it's really great. It's a very positive thing to see multiple stocks in the same sector with the same chart pattern. That usually means that the sector is moving in unison and stuff. So in this case, you can see the clear inverted head and shoulders pattern here. You know, the right shoulder here, the head here, the right shoulder here, left shoulder here, head, downward trend line, neckline, which is a more bullish area. But this also has some other areas that we have to pay attention to. It has a trend line here, here. We tagged multiple times, and then we held up here, and it's just a great trend line. So with that combination of that lower trend line, the upper trend line, the inverted head and shoulders, the oversold stochastics, is a very bullish call. And again, the old shippers, the GNK we got into last week, the Dyna Shipping's DSX, we also got into because it was another beautiful inverted head and shoulders pattern, DSX. And there's many other shipper stocks out there. All you need to do is just do your scans, and I've been showing you scans on the videos. And if you're not sure of the scans, let me know, and I'll show you how to do them. But again, the Dyna Shipping, one of the best bets for last week. This beautiful pattern coming up to the trend line and breaking out. So, you know, been in the shipping, I still think they're very bullish here. And just in the room here, in our chat room here at Day Trading Radio, and I see one of the cousin Vinny out there, big contributor to the chat room, mentioning that Scott Redler site T3 Live also on the shippers, and so I want to just mention that I know. We're so busy what we do here, but if there was any other stocks, blogs out there, any sites out there, I would definitely recommend would be the T3 Live site. Great information out there, and to know that they're on the shipping sector along with me is great. That's a fantastic thing. I don't know when they came out with that call, and it doesn't matter who's first or last on that. The important thing is to be, have good research, team up, and I think that has a lot to do with Scott Redler out there. So I just want to, give a plug to his site, and I would definitely check. If you don't, at least sign up, check out his blog and stuff, which is has a lot of quality information. And I think I have that blog right here. It's called blog.t3live.com. So it's blog.t3live.com, and I'm looking at someone turned me on to it. I don't have time myself because I'm doing the show each day, but now looking back at it, I would definitely check this out. He has a great recap. He apparently is looking at the same setups I'm looking at, and I think he's really doing a great job on his site. So big shout out to him. So we're talking about the shippers here, and a couple of the other shippers here, the DSX, the GNX, looking good. EGLE here, which is another stock that is a low price stock here, which is in this pattern where the lower trend line and the 200 period moving average above us, looking very good here. So that's it's actually going to turn into, we close above the 20 here, 2200 squeeze, where the price gets squeezed above the 200, and then it's going to pop. So again, stochastics very in a good position right here, crossing over the PRDN here. Oh, excuse me. Paragon P. Where are we have here? What do we have? I don't even know what stocks I'm looking at here. PRGN. And again, same thing. Inverted head and shoulders pattern, downward trend line. Beautiful setup. $4 stock, not a bad setup. If the sector's going to run like we think we're going to be, and I say we because hey, some other good analysts out there also looking at this sector too. Not everyone, only the true blue, only the people who really know what's going on are probably paying attention to this right now. So I give you that out. But another one, the EXM, and this again, XL Marine carriers here. Another inverted head and shoulders, and a very good setup with the 200 period moving average above us. And again, a pretty decent price stock here. at $6. So again, whenever you have a trend line and a 200 period moving average lining up against each other like this, it's very bullish. You know, not that we were going to push up here, but everything's showing very bullish tendencies here. So a reversal is definitely imminent. You have a lower low, you have a lower low, you have a higher low, you have the pattern set up, you have the oversold stochastics, everything set up perfectly on this. This is EXM. So I want to definitely, you know, start the thing off with that. BLK, just going to go over some other stocks again. BLK here, BlackRock, not really set up yet, but what I was looking at this one and what I wanted to bring to your attention is we take this high, we'll draw that trend line down there. Say you want to make a parallel trend line. Does this line up anywhere? Yeah, it sure does line up right there. It lines up right there. You could come down here. And even if we got that breakdown underneath that 200 period moving average, which we might do, we have a decent channel here. If we come down to that 200 period, or anywhere down into this level, I would definitely be interested in this stock, BlackRock, BLK. So that's something to pay attention to. Monsanto, another stock that's in a setup here. It's usually a downward sloping channel, bullish setup here, but we're still in the channel. So again, this has it. You know, I got a lot of lines on here. It's kind of confusing, but the overall pattern here, I would definitely be paying attention to Monsanto in the next close above the 20 period moving average or a positive crossover. Even as it came down here, remember $67 or 66 are going to be a buying trigger, and that's what we could hope for. I would kind of hate for this just to break out because it'll be harder to catch here than it is to here, and the most risk reward benefits are going to be down here too. So Monsanto is a stock that you need to put on your watch list and just follow it. Activision, ATVI here. Again, the flagging formation. The inverted head and shoulders, which we've seen multiple times. And the thing I want to point out about this is the retest of the average. All right, this is an average here, and the price comes back to that average. I mean, that downward trend line here, excuse me. First, the trend line is established by multiple areas being tagged, comes down and gets retested and gets tagged. And then from here, we just got a nice move here on Activision. So that looks great. BVN here, nice falling wedge pattern, BVN. Again, a breakout of the BVN would probably be that trend line. Stochastics still continue to look good here. It's a mining stock, and actually there's more to be said on mining. I'll probably do an updated video on mining earlier in this week. NAT, again, I just want to show you this is another Nordic tanker shipping company, another very bullish setup here. And again, I think I did a post on I actually did a post on the website for the energy stocks too, which is my other sector this week. But again, you can see NAT here, inverted head. We traded this one already. We already traded this one out of this pattern. This inverted head and shoulders pattern right here. We traded it out of this pattern, got a nice pop, sold it into the resistance here, retook it here because the stochastics and the price level were diverging here. We got a nice push back up. I expect this one to break into this into the gap and maybe even head higher here. So NAT continues to look good. FTE, France Telecom. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. That was my teaser. Shit. Great setup. Look what I did. I was going to give you some teasers here. Great setup. France Telecom is going to be on the 10 for 1,000 watch list. Anyway, I'll give you another stock that's going to be on the 10 for 1,000 watch list. I won't tell you what it is, but I'll show you the pattern. Even a better pattern. Actually, I talked about this one earlier on the site. It's TEX. I'll probably be on the 10 for 1,000 watch list, and there's probably a couple other ones that I won't even go into it. I think I labeled most of them. But you know what? I just did a post on the energy, energy companies, and we're gonna get those on there. So I want to work on the 10 for 1,000 watch list. I want to get a little watch list out there. I also like the silver setup here. SVM, SLW are two of the silver setups I like, and I'm going to work on getting the 10 for 1,000 watch list out, which will be posted on DayTraderRadio.com. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning in the markets at DayTraderRadio.com. 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Over and out.